You that are interested or are have already been playing it, episode 1, season 2 will drop this Tuesday. As mentioned also before, in terms of dropping, Voltron season 3 has started today, so jump onto your Netflix thing. All right, the last two again are my funny ones, so we'll go on to that last. This is going to be a little bit of a heavy discussion again as well. There's been a lot of controversy, as there has been for a long time, in terms of a lot of things. In terms of wages versus the sexes.
Gender gaps.
The gender gap. Yeah, exactly. Gender gaps in pay.
Yes.
It became a very, very big topic when it was revealed that Ian Ziering apparently is being paid much more money than Gal Gadot was paid, much more money for Sharknado 5 than Gal Gadot was for Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Now, this had a lot of people up in arms. However, there are certain elements that people are negating not to look at, which we're actually going to get into right now as a brief discussion. Go.
Yes. The number one thing that people are failing to realize with this quote-unquote gender gap in pay between these two actors is that this is the first big movie of what will eventually be a franchise for Gal Gadot. However, Ian Ziering is currently on the 5th film of a franchise that has taken the world quite literally for 5 years with Asylum Productions. Now, if you were to go back and compare Gal Gadot's salary for Wonder Woman 1 to, say, for example, Chris Evans as Captain America in his first movie, it would more than likely be the same. Or Hemsworth as Thor for his first movie, it would more than likely be the same. To compare the first movie payout for an actor to the payout of an actor already on the 5th installment of a franchise is comparing literally apples and oranges right now. Okay? So that's number one. Number two, you gotta consider the fact that some actors will choose to get paid less solely for the purpose of residuals and bonuses that come thereafter when it comes to merchandise, DVD sales, how well it does overseas, etc., etc.
Also, it goes down into the longevity of what their characters are going to be doing. Now, okay, remember, she debuted in Batman vs. Superman.
Yes.
It was the debut of Wonder Woman. She just had her solo film.
Yes.
She's coming up in Justice League, which obviously there will be another Justice League movie and everything like that as well. There will be a Wonder Woman. Is more. Back to for those of you that don't know, when he was getting ready to do Star Wars, they hired him to do the voicing. He was in a bad place financially, and he was desperate for a paycheck and like that. And they says, "Look, we don't know how well this movie's going to do, or anything like that, but we don't have a lot of money to pay you a whole lot. How would you feel though if we gave you points?"
Yeah.
Again, there's no guarantee, but if this is a success, you can make a pretty good amount of money.
Yeah.
And James Earl Jones said at that time he had to graciously turn it down because he was desperate and he had bills to pay and everything like that. He said a couple short years ago, he said in an interview, he goes, he kicks himself in the ass. He said he wish he would have taken the points because he would have made way more money.
Yes.
Taking the points and just sucking it up and being poor for a little bit, as opposed to just taking the quick payday back then, which was only about, I think he was paid about $5,000 for it, which was really, if you think about the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot.
It's not.
For then, it was probably a lot for a voice acting gig, but also it's still technically not a lot, especially by today's standards. So again, granted, their small pay cuts are still multi-million-dollar jobs, but again, you got to look at the bigger picture.
It's like saying, oh, the actress that plays Supergirl paid $1.
Also, again, we have to look at this fact. Gal Gadot obviously has been around for a little while now, but let's call a spade a spade. Wonder Woman was her breakout.
Yes.
This is her breakout. Now she's an A-lister.
Yes.
Now she's an A-lister.
Yeah.
Was she talented and actress and everything before? Yes. Did she have some? Yes. But she wasn't an A. Now she's an A-lister.
Yeah.
You know, same thing. Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa, we've been big fans of for a long time. Since, Game of Thrones and other things that he's done and everything like that.
Yeah.
And he's had a cult following.
Yeah.
But not until now, he is an A-lister now. And he's been around for how long?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's
No,
like...
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, so it's not so much a gender thing. And again, I'm not saying we know the business, but in studying and reading and doing the small things that we have done, we've learned a lot along the way.
Yes.
From people that do have that insight, because we've been fortunate enough to work with people that are more in depth in that world and been willing to share that information with us and trying to teach us and everything like that. The things that we're talking about tonight. So
Yeah.
it's not, so that way you also know we're not just full of shit. We're spouting out some facts that we think we know and we read on a wiki. No, this is stuff we've spoken and talked to with people in the actual industry.
Yeah.
And everything like that. And this is actually how it goes. And everything like that.
You want to talk unfortunate, then you guys should really actually be in an uproar with the fact that actors and actresses are getting roles over other actors and actresses because of how their social media following is doing.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing. While I love the actress herself, Sophie Turner.
Turner. Yes, Sophie
Yeah,
Turner. Yeah,
Sansa.
that was a big thing that came up.
She
Yeah.
blatantly admitted, I mean, I give her all the fucking credit in the world for blatantly saying, well, how'd you get this role? She went, apparently I had more followers than the other actresses.
And she even said there was an actress that was there that was better than her.
Yeah, and you know what? It's like, yes, she got the role, and I'm sure she's proud that she got the role, but I give her all the balls in the world for saying why she got the role. Because, everyone else could have easily shied away from that. And right now, unfortunately, that is the current way the business is rolling. But that's also how society is rolling. It's all about social media in the same right.
Exactly.
So, but if you really want to be upset about something, be upset more about that.
Exactly. But I commend Sophie Turner for saying, like, look, there was an actress that tried out and she was better than me. And she should have got it.
Yeah.
But, hey, kudos to Sophie Turner. All right. Well.
You're going to have to look at your feed more because mine wasn't loading anything and it kept freezing. So
I'm going to have to get off my feed for a little bit in a second. Spike's going to love this one and everything like that. And this actually could be fun just in general. For those of lovers of dodgeball,
oh, yeah.
there was a certain element of it that was actually really, really funny. That is coming to fruition for a full day. ESPN has agreed to do a full day long, starting from midnight. They've already released the graphic just to kind of give you the feel of it. For a full day, the Ocho will be real.
Really?
ESPN's The Ocho will be real for a full day of programming, of original programming that they have filmed.
That is fantastic.
This is great. This is ingenious. So I have to get off the Facebook feed for a little bit here. But they actually have slated a full-fledged amount of content. And everything like that. Like I said, if you go into our feed, you click on the article, it actually gives you the channel graphic with the ESPN, the Ocho, and all this. It gives you a whole thing. It's great. All right. Starting at midnight. And by the way, in case you're wondering when it starts, when they're doing this, August 8th.
Of course.
They're doing it on August 8th.
My question is, Jason Bateman going to be on it?
I don't know. They haven't given those details. But here's the list of programming and the time slots that they're doing it. Now, again, the premise of the Ocho, it's supposed to be those lesser, little-known sports, but that are still followed and popular.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go.
Oh, God.
Starting at midnight. As I said, they're giving you a full day of programming. Starting at midnight, the 2016 American Disc Golf Championship.
All right.
2 a.m., the 2016 WFTDA Roller Derby Championships.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yep. At 4 a.m.,
Oh, God.
the 2016 Sky Zone Ultimate Trampoline Dodgeball.
Oh, we got to DVR that.
Yes.
Yeah, the kids are going to go nuts
God,
for that. At 5:30, the Firefighters World Challenge Was it 25/8? Like, that's the way they wrote it. They wrote XXV8. So it'd be 25/8. Is that right?
XXV8s?
Because XXV is 25 in Roman numerals.
Yes.
But then they put an 8 at the end of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. I don't know how they... But that's what they... Okay, the 5:30 Firefighters World Challenge. At 8 o'clock, 2016... The Kabaddi World Cup Final. I don't know what the fuck Kabaddi is, but this is going to be interesting. At 9 o'clock, the World Darts Championship. At 11:30, Arm Wrestling Best of WAL 2016 Championship. Someone's going to get their arm broken, this obviously.
Yeah.
At 12:30, the 2017 Championship of Bags. I have no fucking clue what that's supposed to be. But
I hope it's like when you're in the bag and you're jumping in it to get to the finish line.
I know, right? At 2:30, the EVO 2017 World Championship Street Fighter competition.
Alrighty then.
At 5 o'clock, the Moxie Games.
What was that?
I don't know. Again, it's supposed to be obscure sports. This is going to be interesting. And then at 7 o'clock, the USPN Ultimate Championship. No, USPN Open Ultimate Championship.
Okay.
Yes.
I was really hoping there would have been some sweeping in there. You know that thing where you got to sweep and then the disc comes at you as
that's
you
curling. That's called curling.
Curling.
That's called curling.
It's sweeping.
You can read their press release to learn more about some of these really obscure sports like Kabaddi and contact teams. A contact team sport that originated in India involving two teams and unique rules where the goal is to reach each team's raider to tag as many of the opposing team's players as possible and return his or her home.
It's tag.
It's basically tag.
It's tag.
Yeah. While taking just a single breath. Oh.
So wait, it's holding your breath tag and you're only allowed to breathe once.
Yes.
People are going to pass out.
Well, nonetheless, August 8th, tune in for ESPN The Ocho. Yeah. This is gonna be fucking fantastic.
I love that they're doing fun
This is
stuff.
gonna be great. It's gonna be absolutely fantastic.
I love
This is so good.
We need just stupid fun.
Roller derby was in there. I did mention that. So that was the first really good, funny one for the night. The second one in an article that is still continuing to break the internet as we speak. Ralph Macchio
Oh yeah, that
and
one.
William Zabka are reuniting for a Karate Kid sequel of sorts for a YouTube Red web series that has been approved. All we know is it comes out next year. They have no other further details. The storyline basically is they now own two rival karate schools. Zabka has finally gotten to the point where he reopened the Cobra Kai and he's looking to exact revenge on Daniel and everything like that. While on the flip side of things, Daniel, with his own karate school, is trying to cope with the loss of the late Pat Morita, a.k.a. Mr. Miyagi, and everything like that. Everybody's just like, who cares? I'm sold. It's obviously not a series. It's a comedy. It's a complete comedy web series and everything like that. I'm wondering if there's going to be any cameos. I know that obviously, just most recently, sadly, the original Cobra Kai actor, the instructor, he passed away most recently, and everything like that. So that's kind of saddening. But it is going to be interesting to see if there's going to be any cameos from any other original Cobra Kai members or anybody like that. Let's not forget who played his girlfriend in the first one.
Elizabeth Shue.
Elizabeth Shue. If there might be a passive appearance by Elizabeth Shue, who knows? Obviously, there'll be all the references and everything like that. We got to hear the song, but the one thing I am hoping they do, because they have to Easter egg this and it's got to be done. NPH has got to make an appearance.
Yeah, Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris has got to make an appearance in this.
Yeah.
He has to.
He does.
He absolutely has to.
He does.
And I honestly feel this is probably coming along because of what they did in that show. And How I Met Your Mother.
Well, between Zabka doing the rounds at Chiller and then appearing on How I Met Your Mother,